Hello, you amazing friends. My name is Edward, and I'm honoured to be with you winners for our Canberra lockdown Zoom. Can you please unmute for the moment, and please give the person next to you a round of applause? Welcome, everyone.
Hey.
Welcome. So I just want to say a big thank you. Just to let you know what's happening today. We're together for about an hour, and it's being recorded, so keep it all clean and positive. And our legendary group leader, Piero, he's going to be doing a legendary presentation at the end. So we can all wave to Piero. We love Piero. And just a few quick things. Now, obviously, of course, for those in Canberra, I know you're still in lockdown, and touch wood, you come out of lockdown tomorrow. So just a few quick things I just want to show you just to let you know what's going on. So I'm just going to hit share screen for the moment on my legendary PC. So my legendary friends, I'll just hang on a sec. I'll just let in legendary Chris Miller, who's trying to get in. All right. So I'll just show you real quick on my PC. So just to let you know, our next meetup will probably be a face-to-face event. And we're booked in for Wednesday, the 10th of November. Now, just to let you know, this might wind up as Zoom. It could move. But what I want to do right now is I'm just going to share with you legendary winners the link for our next meetup. So if you can for the Canberra meetup, click that link and book in right now just so you're in the system. So this will probably happen Wednesday, 10th of November. And we should be back face-to-face at the Victory offices in Canberra. Any changes, I'll let you know right away. That's all looking pretty good. At the very least, Piero can get in, right? And touch wood, I should be able to get in. I've had more vaccines than hot meals lately, so it should be fine. So just want to say we got that one. And just before I get as well, our final one for the year, we're looking at Wednesday, the 8th of December. Feel free to book in for that one right now, just so you're in the system. And then probably for January, I imagine we'd pick it up again mid to late January, but that'll just depend on the month. So just make sure you're booking for those two, just so we got you. And hopefully mid to late January, we'll pick it up right away, but I'll let you guys know. So big welcome. Great having you with us. Now, just to kick off the event, we'll just bounce over to our group leader, Piero, for the moment. And then we're going to hear from wonderful Wendy about Victory. So Piero, how you doing, my friend?
I'm really well, thanks, Ed. And I wish that I was there in face-to-face. I wish we all are, but it's this close. So I'm really looking forward to it. But I'm doing well, Ed. Just really looking forward now that the restrictions has been lifted for us here in New South Wales. And just really looking forward to getting in front of people again rather than just being on Zoom.
I know. And just so you know, for everyone as well, Piero, once we get through everyone has a good chance to speak, we'll then bounce over to Piero. Just before you go, Piero, can you give us some networking tips so everyone can get the most out of the Zoom, be it they're watching the recording or they're here live? What are your networking tips for those winners, Piero?
Some of the things that I truly find that work, give me 2 seconds. Why is this? There's someone trying to ring me FaceTime that should be on this. So one of the things that I've really found that worked, especially not just in this networking style, but even your groups, Ed, is this idea that we can all talk about this kind of stuff. But when we actually book, 15, 20-minute phone calls with each other, that's when you get some huge value out of that. So it's more important, I think, in networking is this bit here to just get a little bit of a light heart about what you're about. I would even throw in something that you really enjoy doing, like a hobby, because someone's going to remember Wendy from now on about her cats. Like everyone's just going to know about it, right? So that's how you remember someone. But then when you actually book this time with them outside of this, you actually get to sit down one-on-one and focus. That would be my networking tip, Ed.
Oh, beautiful. Piero, round of applause to you, Piero, and love your work. And just a quick thing as well, if you are on the Zoom, please use the group chat. So what I love about Zoom is use the group chat, share your LinkedIn links. Also, too, we're an open and inclusive business network, so you're very welcome to promote your own networking events. So don't care, promote your own networking events, promote your own webinars, and we're all open and inclusive. And please use the group chat as well. And as Piero says, if you're watching the recording of this live, if you pick up someone that you see a synergy with or you want to work with them, connect with each other on LinkedIn, start a conversation, book a Zoom. Now what we're going to do is Andrew Brew has to leave shortly, so we'll pick up Andrew Brew in a moment. But before we do that, we'll just bounce over to legendary Commander Wendy Dawson. Wendy's the over boss for Victory offices, and Victory offices are a wonderful Australian sponsor, and we're now using Victory in Sydney, so we're now full coast to coast Victory, Wendy.
Oh, absolutely. So my actual title is Chief Brand Officer for Victory Offices, and and I guess what that means is that I get to spend all of my time looking after strategic partnerships, such as supporting Ed, his meetups, and Piero here in Canberra. So we're delighted with that, because fundamentally Victory is in business to mind your business, and whether you are with us at our premises or have a virtual relationship, we just want business to thrive. So anything that we can do to bring business people together, that's what we're all about. So hopefully we'll be in person. What was the date again? Was it the 10th of November?
Yes, I still got to confirm it with you and Christine, as I know everything's very tepid, but I think I'm just putting it out there. I've got 2:30 p.m. Wednesday, the 10th of November, pending approval, but I think it'll happen based on what I'm hearing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. I think the wild card in the mix is just what's happening here in Victoria, but that'll be for a discussion for another time. So, and I've got my colleague Ben Hickman, who is here. He is your local boy, your local point of contact and all of that. And so he'll talk a little bit more about how he supports businesses locally. But if you do want to connect with me on LinkedIn, do that. I'll put my link into the chat box, and you'll see that I'm not the overlord that Ed says I am. But anyway, enjoy this afternoon, and lovely to see everybody.
We love you, Wendy. Round of applause. And before you go, Wendy, sorry to bring this up again, but I hear you had an animal handling issue over the weekend. Can you tell us what happened really quickly, your animal handling issue?
I can't believe I'm going to have to do this and it's being recorded. You'd better edit this out, Ed. So I've got 2 ragdoll cats, and that's a little bit what Piero was saying about how everybody's going to remember Wendy and her cats. Anyway, one of them on the weekend didn't use his words and bit me on my hand. And if anybody has any cats, that cat bites are bad. And it was Sunday afternoon. Me being, who actually wants to pay to go to a doctor or an emergency room on a Sunday? Not me. So I figured I'll just see what happens in the morning, and I'll go to my GP and get some antibiotics then. Well, anyway, so I go to the GP, and the GP says, "That's fascinating, Wendy, but I'm sending you to the ER," because it had gone, all the swelling and all of that had gone all of there. So anyway, so two rounds of intravenous antibiotics over a 24-hour period, tetanus shot, COVID test if they had to admit me to hospital, and all of that. But yes, I still love my cats, and he did lose one of his lives that day, but they're still sweet. But just, you just got to show the animals are unpredictable, and you always have to respect their space. Enough from me.
We feel for you, Wendy. Can we give Wendy a lot of love? There we go. Wendy's took a serious cat wound, so we feel for you. Big thank you. And Andrew mentioned he has to go a bit earlier today, so we've got the legendary Andrew Brew with us. Please, the floor is yours, my friend. How are you, Andrew? How's life? How's your network and community and everything coming along?
Thank you, Ed. I'll unmute myself before I start talking for a change instead of after, because the trap we're still all falling into, isn't it? I'm really looking forward to getting out and meeting people. I'm so over sitting in front of a Zoom screen. I want to get out and shake your hand and hug you. So that's going to be awesome. I'll put my links in the chat. For those who haven't, I've connected with several of you already. If those who haven't, there it is, LinkedIn, Calendly, let's talk. I'm based here in Canberra, working with local business owners to promote them, strategize with them, help them identify what it is they want out of life, what that is they need out of their business, and how to get there. I work with groups, work with individuals, and I'd love to hear more about your business and the business you work with, and figure out what your challenges are and how we can help.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Andrew, round of applause to you, Andrew, and love your work, and please share your links. And what we'll do is we'll just big thank you to Andrew. Love your work, man. And let's bounce over to Ben Hickman really quickly, then we'll go to hot mic mode. Ben Hickman, I'm actually pumped to meet you soon. We haven't actually met face-to-face yet.
Yeah, no, you're excited to meet me until you do, as Wendy would probably say. No, it's been, it'll be really good, and to finally get back into the office on Friday, and exciting times.
Now, just so I get it, so just to understand, are there now 2 Canberra Victory properties? Is that correct? Is it open yet and all that?
Yes, soon. So very soon we have one Constitution Place opening up. Which is like a all-encompassing precinct, and you have the ACT government building next door. You have the Department of Foreign Trade and Affairs nearby, and it's awesome. It's really exciting, and arguably one of the best cafes in Canberra downstairs. I go there regularly. So it's really good. But at the moment, and also, of course, we have 73 Northbourne now. But by I think now, 1st of November to 15th of November, we'll have one concentration place open.
Excellent. We'll try and get a meetup in there before the end of the year. But Ben, and just so I understand, Ben, so you're the local, you're based in Canberra, you look after everyone, you're like the business manager, is that right? Business development manager? Is that right?
Correct. So I help make sure that I suppose we have the best product for whoever's whoever's interested, really, and make sure we tailor it to their needs, and everything is perfect to the day they walk in.
Okay, so I can get a part-time office, I can get a full-time office, I can just hire the boardroom, I could run an event if I wanted to. I've got full options. Correct. And everything.
Yeah, everything's possible to some extent. Probably no cats or ragdolls in particular. Yeah. But everything else is possible, and especially with hybrid working becoming a thing, we definitely can cater for that as well. Yeah.
Oh, Ben. And by the way, are you a gamer by any chance? You got a bit of a video gamer vibe about you.
No. I haven't played video games since, since I was very short.
Yeah, I'm a full-on video gamer. You just look a bit like, with the beard and everything, you look like a bit like a gamer. Just thought I'd put it out there.
I was going for Viking, not gamer, but that's okay.
I know, you look like a gamer. You look like a guy like me who stays up all night playing Fallout. You look like that sort of guy. Anyway, can we give Ben a round of applause? Ben, round of applause to you. Now, what I want to do is I want to go to what we call hot mic mode. So basically, the way we run our Zooms is if we get less than 20 people, we run it slightly differently. We use what's called hot mic mode. Hot mic mode is really good. If you don't want to speak, you can just sit there and soak it all in. If you want to say something, you can go for it. And what we basically do is, the way it works is, please keep your microphones on mute. Obviously, unmute when you're going to speak. So in hot mic mode, basically, the first one to speak wins. And again, be respectful. If someone beats you or you beat them, be fine. Just be respectful, which you all are. I don't need to say it. And remember, it's being recorded, so keep it all clean and positive. So what we're going to do is we're going to move to hot mic mode and just have the conversation. You can talk about yourself. You can talk about your events. You can react or build on what you hear. So we're going to enter hot mic mode. So again, you're all a respectful lot. I don't need to say it to you people. So let's go for hot mic mode, everyone. Let's open it to the forces of chaos to see what happens. Hot mic mode, everyone.
I'll speak if you want.
Hey, Tess.
Hey. Hi, everyone. And I'm from Melbourne, so this is Canberra, so I'm still welcome in here, right?
Oh, everyone's welcome. I'm from Sydney and I'm welcome here, so don't worry about it, Tessa. Go for it.
Excellent. I've just been locked down for the longest of anyone in the world. Hey, everyone. My name is Tessa. I'm a performance coach and NLP master trainer and also a neurochange method practitioner. And my passion in life is to help people bust procrastination. That's what I actually train. I'm very passionate about it. But my core business is working with coaches. And I was actually really shocked to learn that when I started working with coaches that they procrastinate. I didn't realize that. I actually was blown away to realize that coaches procrastinate, don't take action. So that's what I do. And thank you so much. But I also have another side passion. I have my own charity and I do a lot of work for women who've been through domestic violence. And I run completely free programs out there. So if anyone wants to connect with me, I'll post my stuff in the chat. But thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
And just before you go, Tessa, there is no one here that procrastinates more than me. I am the biggest procrastinator. No, there's no one here that procrastinates more than me. I'm the worst procrastinator there is, Tessa.
How? I doubt you. I watch you like I'm like this guy. I mean, if you're thinking you procrastinate, you're at another level, but you've got massive things. You take quick action. You think you procrastinate, but look at you. I watch you. So you don't have nearly 100,000 people on your page for a person that procrastinates. So you might procrastinate in things you don't enjoy. Yes,
but absolutely.
That's the key. You need to be doing what you're passionate about, and then you won't procrastinate. But because I asked one of my clients who didn't take action with their health, and I said, 1 out of 10, what's your passion to become a life coach? Apparently that was 10. And then I said, what's your passion for your health? She hesitated. I said, get out of my program. There's no point. You're not gonna. And she didn't do anything with it. So I'm a bit of a tough coach, guys. So sorry about that. All right, thank you.
Anyway, hot mic mode, go for it, everyone. Respond, go for it, everyone. Hot mic mode.
Hey, everyone. My name's Alex. I work for a managed service provider here in Canberra. Quick definition, because I get asked this a lot. What is a managed service provider? A managed service provider takes the pain of managing your IT equipment away from you so you can get on with your business to make money. That's basically what we do. Questions?
How much do you love Microsoft?
I'm vendor agnostic, so I actually like Apple and Microsoft at the end of the day.
Do you need a network engineer?
At the moment, I don't know. I'm happy to take your CV and flick it onto me, and I'll pass it on to my boss. We do have one government contract for help desk work at the end of the day, and I'd like a new help desk internally, but whether or not they've got the budget for it, I don't know.
Been building networks for 40 years.
I've heard about your experience the last time when you were doing your COVID test, and I definitely asked the boss at the time, and he never came back to me with the requirements. So at the moment, we've got one help desk contract that we do, which is just level 1, level 2 support. And internally, I'd love a new engineer, but the boss won't employ one. So I'm in a catch-22 trying to sell something that I haven't got.
All right, thanks.
No worries.
Beautiful. And we've got a new friend joining. This is Honey Bun, who's joining our Zoom, but he's not too happy. There you go.
Keep her happy, won't you, Ed?
Yeah, otherwise we don't get chomped like
when did warn you?
Keep talking, everyone. Hot mic mode. I'm just playing with my cat. Hot mic mode. Oh my God, Amanda's got a dog. Is that Amanda's dog?
I'm trying to turn off my background so you can actually see her. This is Misty, and Connor is on the floor. Misty, being a typical West Highland White Terrier, believes that her whole life should be, comfort, hot and cold running biscuits, and the ability to go swimming in the pond, which is the picture right behind us. She has lived through now 6 months of database management discussions, as well as my doctorate topics. So really fun life for her. But I just wanted to share, because I've already talked about myself enough. One of the presentations that I heard on this morning was talking about the Oldenburger principle of the third house, which everybody has got their home and their workplace, but the third house can be the club, the bar, that place that people default to. The men's shed is often a good example. So one of the effects of COVID, I think, has been that we've grown these online third houses where we go to network. So it's really nice to have an opportunity to look forward to seeing people again in person and get back to that more usual milieu that we have of meeting people together. So I'm looking forward to the 10th of November.
Oh, me too. Hot mic mode. Anyone? Go for it. Hot mic mode. Hey, Peppy, we not getting your audio, Peppy? Double check your audio. We love Peppy, by the way. Peppy's one of our... sorry, when Peppy's ready. Hopefully, Peppy's our guest speaker next time. I haven't spoken to Peppy yet about the date, but Peppy, Balanced Family Law, our guest speaker for the face-to-face. Try again, Peppy. Negative, we don't have you, Peppy. Best thing to do, Peppy, is...
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, gotcha. Yay, go for it. All yours. Hello.
Wasn't plugged in properly. Okay, so Peppy from Balanced Family Law in Canberra. Our offices are based in Kingston and Belconnen, and we're also a virtual online firm offering most of our services online Australia-wide. So at Balance, we like to work with our clients to help them create balance and harmony after their separation so they can move on and thrive. And unlike the typical lawyer stereotypes, we're not into fighting at Balance. Our focus is on creating solutions that value kindness, respect, and dignity. And if that sounds like your thing, then you're our people. So we offer our services not just in family law, but in estate planning, wills and estate planning. We take a real no court approach, and we are 100% fixed fee. So delighted to meet you all. You may have noticed I took my camera off just a few moments ago because I was screaming at my daughter to bring down our 3 cats so that they could have a cameo appearance with me. So I'm also a crazy cat mum. I have 2 Burmese kittens and a rather obese rescue, which looks very much like your beast, Edward, that I just saw. So yeah, happy to see you here. And whether I'm presenting next week, we'll have a chat. It's one of the craziest weeks. Probably can fit it in. We'll confirm.
Not next week. This is for
next month.
Oh, next month. Yeah. So Yeah. So I was just going to say, I haven't spoken to you yet about it, but if you want that speaking slot, your first digs, because originally I had Peppy to speak, then it got canned by lockdown. So Peppy's first digs for the speaking slot. Pleasure. Round of applause to you, Peppy. And hot mic, go for it, everyone. Hot mic mode.
This is more just a tip. I've just noticed some of the, and I might be jumping in here, but I'm just going to put it out there. Some of the people that I've noticed put in your links over here, try using Linktree. Maybe it's something you don't want to use. Maybe it's something you do want to use. Linktree is obviously a place where you can put all of your links in one place. When you then drive all your audience to one place, you can then focus on all your analytics in one place and then drive them from there, which is so much easier. So if you don't know how to use Linktree, try it. It's helped me a lot in the last 18 months.
Hot mic mode. Anyone?
Hi, I'm Louisa. I've been wanting to join your team or just to introduce myself for so long, and I'm actually working from home today. So I thought I must take the opportunity. So thank you so much, Edward, for being so persistent. I really appreciate it. I've really been enjoying following you all on LinkedIn. I'm an aged care advisor, and for a company called Phillips Wealth Partners, which is a financial planning business located here in Canberra. And my main role is to assist people navigating the complexity of aged care and trying to understand the costs of aged care and how to pay for it. So that's us in a nutshell. We are Canberra based, but we have our services are online, and we service people throughout Australia, internationally, depending where the family is and their needs. Nothing too quick. I have a geriatric dog, so she's too old to come downstairs to walk down the stairs. In fact, she can hardly walk at all, but we love her so much. And I guess the quirky thing about me is I live in and probably an unusual thing is I live in an intergenerational household. So I actually live. My husband and I live with my parents in Canberra in the same household, and I know that's probably not the norm, but it works really well, and it's intergenerational. I'm a big believer, and yeah, it's great. Thank you.
Oh, Louisa, it's a pleasure. Round of applause to you. I'm going to be intergenerational soon. We'll probably end up living with my mother-in-law, so it's all happening. We're following your pathway, Louisa.
Speak to us about granny flat rights.
There we go. Okay.
And Ben, we've got some permanent space available. So if anyone's looking for permanent office space in the city opposite the law courts, which includes stand-up desks, etc., let us know.
So I'm just letting you know, if you've just come in, we're on hot mic mode. If you want to speak, just unmute and go for it. First one in wins, and be respectful, which you all are. So hot mic mode, everyone, go for it.
Oh, Louisa, I think that's admirable. Your parents probably are relieved during COVID to have you around.
Yeah, it was experimental at first because we came from Sydney and we thought we'll just give it a go, and it's literally been 3 years and so Dad's well into his nearly 90, Mum's 80, so it works really well for all of us.
Yeah. You look happy.
I think the built environment is a big thing as well. You all need your space.
True.
Thanks, Son.
It's okay.
And while we got you, Sonia, Sonia's an old friend of mine that I've known for years. Sonia, tell us a bit about you. What's going on, Sonia?
Gosh, so many things happening. So I work in the property space, guys, finishing a mortgage broking course at the moment, finishing some Scrum stuff, looking at some IT consulting, so very busy. But yeah, look, I've known Ed for years, and he's always been fabulous, really, just very supportive. It's so nice. Thank you so much, Ed.
Welcome. And Sonia also too, along with Chris Miller and co, and Steve Hambridge came to our first meetups to help kick it off. So thank you for being one of our original supporters to help kick off Canberra, Sonia.
Oh, no, you're welcome. I'm glad you're, kind of here, but when you have been here, it's been good.
Pleasure. And I was just going to say, big round of applause to you, Sonia. Hot mic mode, everyone. Please go for it.
Everyone's shy.
Yeah.
I mean, I missed what a lot of people do. Sorry about that. I had a cleaner here who was vacuuming terribly, cleaning the house like a storm.
There you go.
So I didn't want to be rude and have her in the background going around in circles. But yeah.
Good microphone.
Is that how you say? Is it Pajero? It looks very interesting. You look like a DJ, dude.
Yeah.
I am.
There we go. Pick that right. What do you do?
It's coming. I'm going to do the presentation today.
Ah, cool. Fantastic.
Yeah, so it's coming along. If you can tell,
yes.
Addicted to Grow, it's all about addictions and addiction patterns. I'm looking forward to talking to Tessa. I think we both eat from the same cookie.
You want to talk addictions? Can I show you something?
Are you my perfect client?
There you go.
No, hang on. I've got to remember how you turn off the background for a second here.
You go to
this is
oh, there we go.
my exemplar of it's half procrastination and half addiction. So this is allegedly my study, but there's a problem.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's part of it. This is my exemplar of addiction and procrastination. This is what I bought the other day, and I haven't put it away yet.
Wow.
So I think I need some help.
Is that a lot of wool?
Yep.
Do you knit?
Actually, it's I crochet.
That was going to be my second question. Do you crochet? Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't have a problem. I can give it up anytime I like.
Amanda, round of applause to you, Amanda. We love you. Just a quick one. We've had a bit of a rock star just chime in. We've got the legendary Steve Gregory who's just come in. Now, Steve Gregory, when Piero and I got arrested by the AFP, Steve actually ran our group. So can we give Steve a round of applause? Steve's a rock star around here. Steve, so honoured to have you with us. Thank you for helping us get out of Guantanamo Bay after the AFP arrested us, Steve.
It's all who you know, isn't it, Ed?
Oh, please, Steve, I know you're a busy man and you're popping in. Please tell us all about you. The floor is yours, my friend.
Yeah, apologies, everybody, for a late arrival. I've taken on a new leadership role in another networking group, which conflicts with this time. So my heart is still with Ed here. When you do come to Canberra, Ed will make an arrangement to catch up somehow, somewhere. So I'm Steve Gregory, CEO of Blackpool Performance Group. I'm a leadership and performance expert, working with boards, working with business owners, working with individuals, helping them understand. One of the things to do is helping them understand their DNA for business, how they're wired, why they do what they do, why they think the way they do, their representational system preference, how they receive information. And I even measure 18 unique sales competencies because most people's view of themselves as a salesperson is based on their experience and results. And if that's been bad, they go, oh, no, I'm really bad at sales. But everyone has been selling themselves all their life to friends, to family, to employers. This just helps you isolate where you could improve in the whole sales sort of lens. Working mainly with SMEs. I haven't cracked an ASX 100 yet, but you never know. And focuses on Australia, Auckland and USA, Dallas, New York, and also Vancouver in Canada.
Oh, congratulations. And you're a Texan originally, is that right? Are you a Texan originally?
No, I was born in New Jersey in the USA, and we actually got to Dallas by mistake. We were going over in 2017, and my older boy was turning 16 while we were over there. And he wanted to go to a shooting range while we're over there. We said, well, you find the best one we can go to because you've got a 12-year-old brother. And he found one. It was in Dallas, and we went there and we fell in love with Dallas. And, 3 trips later, that's become my heart is, born in New Jersey, family in New Jersey, but heart's in Dallas for sure.
There you go. And Steve, and also too, Steve, you're just so I understand it, you're a group leader with BX, is that right?
I'm on the leadership team for their Wednesday 1 o'clock online session, which finishes at 3 o'clock.
Gotcha.
So,
gotcha. Yeah. Oh, pleasure. Go for it, everyone. Please, hello. We're in hot mic mode, so anyone jump in.
I didn't know that you lived in the States, actually. That's fascinating.
Yeah, I've got a keynote presentation called Patricia's Story. I was actually kidnapped from the States when I was just over 2. Name was changed, was hidden. I met my father in my late 20s, and then he died in 97. So it's quite an amazing story of how Mum was able to steal 2 kids out of the USA. And this is all before the Hague Convention. You can't do it now. If you try it now, you end up in jail. But Mum was on the FBI wanted list for 20 years, and my dad sent out people to try and locate us. So there's a whole story around that, and some great takeouts for women as well, when you're facing some very adverse situations, and to talk about what my mum did.
Wow.
But no accent.
No, that's why I was surprised, because
I wouldn't want the New Jersey accent. New Jersey accents suck.
I'm sure you can pretend. You can put it on.
Yeah, I'm from Jersey.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh, that's fascinating. Wow. Sounds like a book.
Well, yeah, there'll be. I would like to see a movie script. My brother's in television. Mum passed away in 2013, so it was impossible to do it until she'd passed over.
Okay.
But I'll build on the keynote presentation, and eventually it'd be nice to see it as a movie. Certainly a book. Yeah.
Who should we get to play you? I'm wondering. Was it?
Well, I personally like Ryan Reynolds.
Yep, definitely Ryan. Yep, definitely
I
Ryan.
like Ryan Reynolds too.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's my favourite. I've got part of the branding for Blackpool Performance Group, and I was setting that up. I've got a marketing background as well, and so thinking about the brand of Blackpool Performance Group. Blackpool Performance Group is like Ryan Reynolds if we were an actor. It's like Jim Beam if we were a spirit. If we were a music artist, it'd be Keith Urban. So lots of different. We found a really cool exercise to actually see what we would be if we were a different product. But definitely Ryan Reynolds.
There we go. I love Deadpool. Isn't Deadpool great? Huge Deadpool.
It's awesome. Yeah. And I love it. The thing I love about stars, when they can actually act like Aussies and take the piss out of themselves, which is the French. But, the ongoing banter between Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, it's just fantastic. And they always manage to plug great causes. And it just keeps it fun and real. So being authentic, very important. Like it.
Thank you. Can I get a cameo in your film? Can I get a cameo role?
Sure. What would you like to do?
I'll just be the cleaner or some guy serving you coffee. I just want to like an 8-second role.
If you wanted to really go out of character, you could be the sleazy PI that tried to hit on my mum when she was having my father traced to Bermuda.
Oh yeah, I'm a Persian guy, so I can do sleazy really well. So,
okay.
So definitely, I'll be the sleazy Persian guy trying to pick up the white chick. That'll work great for me.
I've never seen you be sleazy.
I know. I know. Us Persians have a reputation for sleaze, though. So I guess
we shouldn't generalize, should we?
I know. I shouldn't be so racist against my race. A hot mic mode. Go for anyone before I get into more legal trouble.
Timmy, I nominate you.
Tim,
what am I being nominated for?
Say hello, Tim.
Hello, Tim.
Now, just so you know, I'll do a plug for Tim. Tim Hyde and I go way back. Tim's an old friend of mine, and likewise, Tim actually is one of the founding fathers of our networking group. He spoke, I think, at our 2nd or 3rd event and really helped invite a lot of people. So can we give a round of applause to Tim Hyde? I'm a huge Tim Hyde fan.
Thanks, mate.
Tim, the floor is yours, Tim. Do you want to tell us what you're up to and what your favorite video game and coffee is and all that?
I'll start with my favorite video game is Civilization 6.
Good taste.
Which I can play for sometimes 2 or 3 weeks at a time. And did recently when I actually took a 5-day holiday for the first time in 20 years and didn't look at my emails once.
So was it just Civilization nonstop for 5
Yeah,
days?
pretty much. Except when the wife harassed me about, doing chores around the house.
So being in lockdown, Tim, you couldn't go anywhere. It was just a 5-day house holiday.
Yeah, pretty much. I did consider getting a hotel room for a few days, mate, having a bit of a staycation, but No, I just had it home. The car wasn't registered. In fact, I took my car for a drive for the first time in a couple of months, and it wasn't registered before that. I register it. I can't go anywhere. What were the other questions, Ed?
Well, now, Tim's runs obviously out of lockdown. Tim runs his own meetups, his events, works with quite a few platforms. Tell us about your meetups and events and what you do and how you help people, Tim.
Okay, well, what I do, I run networking events in Canberra for a very, very long time. I think going back to my first days of BNI, 17.
Back when you had hair.
17 years ago, I had hair then. I still have hair, Steve. It just gets shaved off because my wife thinks I look like a monkey with a shaved head. I'm going to go with skull tats soon. I think that'll be a good addition. I did actually shave my beard off a couple of years ago. My wife and my son told me to grow it back, so I'm probably a bit like Kevin in that no one's seen his face in years.
It's far better tats at your age, Tim, than having a beret.
That's right. or a toupee. That'll be probably worse. Yes, I've been running networking events in Canberra for ages. Most recently, a group called The Network, which is really a mastermind focus. Before that, I was running BX for about 5 years here in Canberra and built that up, but left that after a disagreement with the owner. The Network's really a mastermind. So rather than just the traditional sort of referral-based networking, really focused on accountability and masterminding ideas in a really safe space. So bring an issue to the table, get help from your peers, and then each week that group of peers changes a little bit, so you can get different perspectives even on the same issues sometimes. So we found that really, really powerful. Helping, I guess, people of Canberra, or the business owners of Canberra, just take that next level, right, that we really want to be. When I'm not doing that, I spend largely all day on Zoom calls. So starting anywhere between 5 and 7 in the morning, usually finishing about 6 or 7 in the evening.
Wow.
I do a lot of sales and marketing consulting, particularly around CRM and marketing maturity, to companies all around the world. So the last 8 years since I left the Riot Act, which many of you might know, particularly those in Canberra.
Yeah.
Was CEO for that 14 years, so co-founder and CEO for that for 14 years. But since then, worked with clients in more than 1,000 clients in 34 different countries.
Which CRM platform, Tim?
I can work with just about any of them, but I am primarily focused with Keep, so what you might know as Infusionsoft. They're doing some really cool stuff at the moment for businesses of all different sizes. But look, giving 30 minutes and I know what I'm talking about with just about anything. So I've worked with Agile, Salesforce, Marketo, HubSpot, ActiveCampaign,
all of them,
Greenrope, MailChimp.
Yeah. Just on
High Level, you name it.
Awesome. So round of applause to you, Tim.
Thanks, mate.
We're in hot mic mode. So in about 5-10 minutes, we'll bounce over to Piero for his presentation, but we're in hot mic mode. If you haven't spoken and you want to speak, please go for it. Otherwise, just hot mic mode. Go for it, everyone.
Just a quick question, Tim. Where's the BNI that you run?
I don't anymore.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, used to. That was probably from 2004 to 2011-ish. I was in BNI. Actually, probably even longer than that.
I'm in one at the moment.
2014.
Oh, okay. Whereabouts? Perpetual?
Was what was previously Sunrise out at Uwani Golf Club.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Nice.
And then that was, I don't even know Paul Lomas, or familiar with Paul Lomas. That's when he was running it. He got booted out because he was not doing a very good job. And I moved from there into what was then For Networking.
Okay.
And then that got taken over. That's where I met Edward up in Sydney. God, mate, that's going back 10 years ago now, isn't it?
Yeah, then they kicked me out, which was another discussion.
They kicked Edward out, turned it into, and then it became the Real Biz, and then the Real Biz got bought and turned into BX Networking.
Okay.
Left that this time last year.
Pleasure. Just a quick segue. Peppy mentioned she's in BNI. Yeah. Peppy, tell us all about it, Peppy.
Oh, yeah. So I'm at BNI Pinnacle, which is online at the moment, which I have to admit I prefer because I'm not a morning person, but we otherwise meet at the wonderful hour of 6:15 a.m. out at the at Ridges. I think it's called Ridges. Yeah, Capitol Hill. So we're always looking for new members. I don't always, even though I technically hold the chapter seat because of mum life, I share it with my colleagues, Jonathan, who you'll meet if we see you at more of these events. But we're always looking for other members. We're also very short on female members. There's only 3 of us or 4 females in a group of like 25. So
Wow.
yeah, so if you're keen, DM me, find me on LinkedIn, and I can bring you along as a visitor.
Okay, thanks. Why 6:15? That is early.
To catch the plane.
Yes, majority rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, too early.
Yeah. I can justify. I'm ex-BNI from a long time ago till they kicked me out. There's a theme there. Anyway, maybe I'm the problem.
There is a theme, isn't there?
Yeah, I think I'm the problem, everyone. Anyway, I think I'm the issue. But one of the reasons why, in defense of BNI, one of the reasons why BNI goes so early, the logic is you get in early so it doesn't take the productivity a day away. So I've done that before. I've done the 6. I've gotten up. I used to go on one of the BNI city groups, and I get up at 4:30 to get there at 6 a.m. No, 6:30.
Yeah, and I've been to a few of those, but we actually get up at midnight to drive up to go to those ones.
There you go.
Okay, I mean, that's good to know. I've heard of some meeting at around 8, which seems a bit more plausible.
But if I can say,
but I suppose if it's once a month, then sorry, what was that?
Weekly, BNI is weekly.
Weekly. Oh wow.
Yeah, you've got it. If you find that any groups, whether it's weekly, fortnightly, or monthly, you know, if you miss one, it might be 2 or 3 weeks before you, 2 or 3 months before you catch up with the same person to build a relationship.
True.
The idea of the weekly ones, you do tend to get a much higher attendance at weekly events because it becomes part of your, you know, your Wednesday morning and Thursday morning routine.
Okay.
And you do get to build relationships a lot more quickly because you're seeing the same people over and over again in a much more compressed period of time.
Yep.
Therefore, you don't refer to people you don't know and know and like.
Makes sense. Yeah, thanks.
Love it. Yeah. And also too, just as an honourable mention, we're an open inclusive network. If you're like BX, BNI, the Chamber, they're awesome. Feel free to promote your own events, your own networks. We're all cool for that. We'll do a bit more hot micing before we bounce over to Piero. So if you want to speak, now's the time to go for it. We'll bounce over to Piero soon for his presentation.
I'm going to speak on behalf of Kev. Kev's a networking engineer. So someone must know someone who needs someone like Kev. That's what I'm going to say. Someone must know someone.
Definitely.
So I'm just speaking on behalf of Kev.
Yeah. I think come the 15th onwards, it'll change. Edward and I, we were talking about it. Was the analogy you used, the potato bag? Everyone's chewing on their potato bag at the moment, and no one's just, every person that I've spoken to has just basically gone, call me when we're out of lockdown.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do anything at the moment. And so I think as soon as lockdowns are over, we're just going to get smashed and flooded.
I can't wait to do my presentation then.
I find that really weird. I remember connecting with a guy on LinkedIn, March last year, and he said, "Oh, look, I'm just going to close things down for a little bit and wait till this all blows over." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, but you got to remember, the people that I talk to, they all target federal government, and all of the ASP staff, they're just at home absolutely doing nothing. I've got a bloke that comes to
no
Canberra.
change.
Yeah, and they get paid. And I've got a bloke that's in Sydney in lockdown at the moment, trying to get to Canberra. He's supposed to be training all defence consistently, and they just can't get him in here. Again, ex-army bloke that does a whole bunch of training at Northrop through defence. And it's just like, I'm in lockdown. I'm getting paid to sit and twiddle my thumbs at the moment. Why bother working?
Yeah. Civilization and fallout. That's my advice to them.
Yeah, I think it depends what the business is as well, Alex. But yeah, I mean, I've got friends that do consulting at Defence, and some of them are in the office and some of them aren't.
So we focus on SME and education, so I'm not that badly affected. We've got 2 clients in the schools, and schools keep running all day. But even now, it's just like it's quiet because the turnaround, everything's ready to go. They've all learned how to use Zoom and net meetings. So the schools are all set. There's nothing new. We just sort of, maintain everything nice and slowly. But when it comes to new business and new projects, everything's been put on hold. I've got 4 invoices sitting in the draft place waiting to be completed. And everyone said, yeah, call me when lockdown's over. We'll finish the work then.
Amazing. Hey, quick question before I forget. Peppy, what day is your BNI chapter? Just in case anyone is interested. What day is that? I forgot to ask. Well, poor Peppy. She's like, oh, where's the view key?
I always forget press the wrong thing. It's on Wednesdays. Wednesday morning. Yeah.
Got it. So remember, Peppy's BNI Wednesday, 6:15. And people can go as a visitor with you. Is that right, Peppy?
Yeah, and we're looking for marketing people.
I'm there. 6:15. Fucking hell.
Well, actually, I think it's like 6:15 you come and social chit chat. I think the actual meeting doesn't actually start till 6:45. So you won't be like, how BNI can be like bloody, I shouldn't say that. That's not very PC. They can be very sticklers for the rules. So I don't think you will be sanctioned if you show up at 6:45.
Is your chapter a no member, no visitor speaking chapter?
No, visitors can come and talk. Absolutely.
Awesome question.
I went to a couple of online ones where they because it was like visitors can't talk. You literally sit there for an hour and a half of Zoom call.
Oh yeah, you have.
There was no pre-networking. There was no post-networking. There were no breakout rooms, and literally you got to sit there and watch other people talk before.
Yeah, look.
Shit, I'm out.
Yeah, I have to admit, it really depends on who's in the management team. Yeah. At the moment, it looks like a very traditional group have taken over. So I don't know much longer I will last in the chapter, but there's lots of wonderful people and certainly worthwhile coming and checking out for yourself, and definitely as a visitor, what have you got to lose?
Go and undermine them and take it over.
Sorry?
Just go and undermine them and take it over. Edward knows all about that.
Well, actually, yeah, I've tried to shake it up a bit. I don't like rules. I'm like, rules are meant to be broken. So yeah, I don't know how much the new president likes me. I think he thinks I'm a rabble rouser.
Oh, don't. We'll take him down. We're Team Peppy, so we're going to take down the tyranny. Don't you worry.
No, you just need more people supporting you. That's all. Tim, what's the story with your painting? It's stunning.
And we'll bounce over to PJ in a minute. Up here in a minute.
This is my wife and I love to collect art. We're keen. If you go and spend money on stuff, we picked this up in Bali on our second honeymoon. And it's actually cockfighting. So it was painted by a Balinese artist we found up near Ubud. And so there's one this side and one that way. So you can just see the sort of the heads. Cockfighting in Bali is their national sport.
Right. It's stunning. The colours are stunning.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Thank you.
Anyway, just to jump in real quick, can we give everyone a round of applause just to let you know what we're doing? We're going to bounce over to Piero for his presentation now. Now, Piero, I've enabled share screen. Now, what I'd love you to do is Piero's got 5 minutes of speaking up to 10, it's up to 10 minutes all up. And Piero's going to share with us some very cool ideas. So stick around, check out. What you can do is in the chat, use the chat to keep networking, keep the conversation going, and also ask Piero questions. So Piero, I shall say, go give Piero a round of applause. Piero's a great man. He's waited so patiently. Piero, the floor is yours, my friend. I've enabled screen sharing if you want to use it. If not, that's fine. It's all available to you. Floor is yours. I'm shutting up now.
Thanks, Ed. Thanks, everybody. When he says presentation, literally, I'm just going to introduce myself in a way that I hope doesn't scare you off. A little bit like what Tessa said, I feel as if we're tough cookies. Let me ask by a simple question. Raise your hand if you have a business message that you want to share with the world. Now, raise your hand again if you want to get paid even more for that business message that you want to share. Now, why do you think I asked that question? And that is this. Where are you now? Maybe you're buried under compounding excuses. Or maybe I'm talking to the right group who's not buried by the constant excuses. Possibly you're white-knuckled about decisions. Potentially you're shackled to stay where you are. Or perhaps your spotlight burns all your other avenues of what you actually want to do in your business. So where do you want to be? Focus on creating change in your business. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, where your focus goes, energy flows. Everybody knows that. So if you focus on the opportunity of being heard, your mission will grow. What do I mean by that? Well, when you shout your mission from the rooftops with no fear of being heard of what you truly want to share, it will impact the message around society. And who knows, one day you could be telling your story in front of Oprah. So what do you want to share with the world? What if you were to unearth the decisions that you truly must make to no longer tolerate the shit in your life? What do I mean by that? Well, by starting placing yourself in uncomfortable situations to grow. So what do I really mean by all of this? Well, have the courage to be the one who truly deserves to go out and chase and show up in the world you want to, and your business and your mission. Now, Ed said something really interesting earlier. And he said that he's the one in the room that actually procrastinates the most. Now, this reminds me of a quote. Man cannot see God because man doesn't actually look low enough. That was a quote by Carl Jung. I want you to think about that really carefully. Why did I mention that? Because when you actually raise your own standards and you put yourself above the rest, you don't actually look low enough to be who you need to be to achieve what you want to achieve. Now that you know where you are, and now you've had a glimpse of maybe where you want to be, well, then how do you put those two together? Well, that's where I come into. And some of you in this room have heard me speak before. Some of you I've even spoken to on the phone, or you've met me face to face. But now what I want you to truly think about is, how are you going to get there? Well, I mentioned at the very start of this, because unfortunately I've run out of time. You'll have to book that 15-minute chat. Because the thing is that if you really understood what I mentioned, you know exactly where you are. You know exactly what's holding you back. You actually don't know how to get there. Or you think you do. And the only way that you're going to achieve that is this. You attract what you think you deserve based on the way that you give your self-respect. So where do you want to really be in this world? And how do you really want to show up? So when you're ready, book the call and let's see what's possible.
I have applause to Piero. Hot mic mode, everyone. I'm going to shut up. Please ask Piero your questions and keep it going. I'm going to shut up. Hot mic mode, everyone. Show Piero some love.
What does the 15-minute chat entail, Piero?
What would you like it to entail, Sonny?
Sharing dad jokes.
Sonia, if you're courageous enough to book the call, find out, because what it's going to do is, obviously I'm going to help you unearth the excuses that you're making to really be who you want to be. I'm not for everybody. I really am not. I partner with senior executive business owners or people of influence to help them lead and live a life of exceptionality, both personally and professionally. So when I talk about three things, Sonia, in your life, in your business, or where you want to be, there's only three areas that you ever need to focus on. And number one is alignment.
Cool.
Number two is commitment. And number three is the mindset mastery that you actually need to do, because business is 80% psychology and 20% strategy. So everyone in this call can give you their strategy. But if you don't have the 80% of the psychology to get up, to put in the work, to show up every single day and be and do the things to have what you want in this world, you won't have it. And the easiest way to put this into a shortest possible comment is this. When you take a look at your results, well, unfortunately, you're going to have a look at your level of commitment. Ouch.
Makes sense. Thank you.
There we go. Just a quick one to jump in. I forgot. We've got to take a group pic. So if you want to turn on your webcam now, Look in the lens, eyes on camera. I just completely forgot. There you go. And we've got Chris. We've got all the girls in the center of my screen. It's really cool. So we've got a girl power screen right now. So it's really good. All right. So look in the lens. Hold the pose. 3, 2, 1. Big smile, friends. There we go. Beautiful shot. We've got
right on time.
Yeah, we just got attacked by little Miss Piggy. Just before we go, can we give a round of applause to Piero? Give it up for Piero. If you haven't spoken and you want to say something, now's the time to do it. Just unmute and go for it. If you want to say something, unmute and go for it before I get taken over.
I was just going to say, I just booked a chat just because I've met my match. I want to just chat to you. as in what we do, you know what I mean? I love
Do you
it.
play chess, Tessa? Do you play chess?
No, I don't play chess.
Oh, okay. All right. There's something that I want to share. Steve Hainbridge is there, and obviously Steve Gregory is here too. I want you guys to think about the power of networking. Because of Ed's group going back 3-4 weeks ago, because Steve met Ed X amount of years ago, I want you to think of how things in the universe align to get you to where you want to be. There's no coincidence that we're all in front of each other today. But part of this is Steve knew Ed. Steve spoke to Ed. Steve's got a potentially, there's some possibilities in front of him. He reached out to myself. He reached out to Ed. Ed mentioned Steve Gregory. Then he mentioned me. Now all of the three of us are working together on something great. Networking is massive. It's so empowering, but only if you take goddamn action. Take the action.
That's
I'd
it.
like to add something to what Pierre said, if you guys can hear me now. Yeah, so like I guess I just stumbled upon Ed's meeting on Meetup way back, like a couple of months back, and I've been following them since Edward, Piero, Alexander, everyone guys. I've been following them from long. I've been learning many things, that like the way networking works, the way Ed's pitch is working around, and like by just observing them, I learned many things. And implementing those things in my life, I got 2 internship and a job as a front-end engineer, front-end developer. So it's working like amazingly for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well done.
All right, everyone. Do we have, it sounds like everyone's had a great chance. Just before we go, we're just going to do a quick final thought. I'm choosing Peppy for the final thought. Peppy's like, whoa, what the hell? No, but Peppy for final thought. So Peppy's a smart lady. She's brilliant. Make sure you connect with her. We love Peppy. And Peppy, I want you to give the closing thoughts just to keep us all motivated and thinking, what have you got for us, Peppy?
Be the change you want to see in the world. And remember that together we can create impactful change. As individuals, we can make a difference, but together that's when the magic happens.
Oh my God, you heard it from Peppy. Round of applause, everyone. Thank you for coming. And can you please unmute and give everyone a round of applause? Unmute, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Love your work.
Thanks, everyone. It's great.